Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So if you're new around here, my name is Shakima. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm a single mom of 4 kids. I have 2 girls, 2 boys, 1 fur dog, and we just inherited a grandma. So I'm going to be sharing with you today. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I've been doing Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace, or I have done the system for about 9 years now. My kids and I have just experienced financial freedom by finishing up baby step number 2. So if you're new to Dave Ramsey, it is a financial program, and he has what are called his 7 baby steps, and you follow the steps in order to gain financial freedom. Baby step number 1 is making sure that you have your $1,000 emergency fund in your savings account, or a savings account with the $1,000. That's if you are 2-income family or you make over $21,000, I believe is the number. I could be wrong on that. If you make below $21,000, I think $500 is what he says to have for your emergency fund. So the kids and I are at babies, and baby step number 2 is paying off all of your consumer debt with the exception of your home. So the kids and I are currently moved on to baby step number 3. Baby step number 3 is saving between 3 and 6 months of whatever your monthly expenses are. 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in case you have some type of a job change, job loss, medical emergency, or something of that nature. But for me, in the summer, since I'm a 10-month employee and I don't work in June or July, I am waiting to start baby step number 3 until August when I go back to work. In the meantime, I do not gain or garner a paycheck in the summertime because I only work 10 months of the year. So what we have to do is we will take a specific set aside amount of money. The bank, my credit union, takes out that much from my paycheck every month, and they set it aside for me in what's called a summer share account. And as soon as June, the last working day of the month of June, they split that payment in half. I get half in June and half in July. So I don't make as much or have as much take-home pay in the months of June or July because it's only my summer money. With that being said, the kids and I are very specific on what we have to live on. For this month, it's $1,965. So I've already done my monthly budget and share with you how I plan to disperse those funds. With that, the kids also get child support, and a lot of people have asked, how do I plan or budget for that, or can we see all of the final numbers? And so I have been sharing with you real numbers. I don't have any secrets here. I don't fudge the numbers. These aren't made up. This is the actual amounts down to the last penny of what we actually bring in and take out. In the past, I had done weekly updates, but with life changes, I have not had enough time to do weekly updates. But I'm going to give it a go now, at least share with you this first week of July and share with you so far what we have come in and what we have budgeted. Okay, you guys, to go so out. Here is the personal budget worksheet that I use. I've used this very consistently now for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And I like this particular budget sheet because it gives me my budget at a glance for the month. And then at the bottom down here, it breaks down the budget into weekly expenses. So I can see week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. Now I like to start my weekly expenses really on the first actual week of the month. But some months don't fall like that. And I actually start it on the 5th week if the days don't start, calendar days. I like to start at the beginning of the month is when I pay all of my bills. My payroll deposit was $1,965. That is what was half of my summer share. I'll get that same amount at the end of July. That'll take me into my August month. Now, with that being said, the only other monies I had budgeted for was $120, and my aunt sent me that to help with the utilities because I have my mom here and she is on the 24-hour oxygen. So my utility bill was about $100 more than what I'm normally used to paying, as well as my water bill was a little bit higher as well. So that's what I budgeted for $2,085. And then Then I went over to my actual column. So I do like this budget sheet because it has a budgeted column and an actual column. So when I actually got paid, I put in $1,965. That was a true expense. A true income. They dumped that into my account. Then I knew the 120 was coming, but I had to buy a new shower head so that the aide who comes and gives my mom her weekly baths a couple times a week would have an easier time getting the water and not leaving soaking wet. So we had to buy one of those detachable shower heads. So that was another $25. So my aunt actually deposited for me $150. I had to cover that cost somewhere. So that gave me that. Now, if you look up here at kids deposit, it says $432.92. Now that is not a true number. And let me tell you why. And I almost didn't put that in because I wanted to be true to the budget, but I had to be true to the budget in the way that it fell. In the month of June, we missed a deposit. Deposit did not come in on time. So it didn't populate into my banking account until the first day of July. So that deposit was $216.46. And because it populated into my bank on the 1st of July, I added it to this July sheet, although that payment was a June payment. That was actually not a July payment. It was a June payment. If it would have come in on the 30th of June, it would not appear here because today we actually received a deposit of $216.46. So that's why this is a double number. Normally that would just say $216.46. I just wanted to go ahead and put it in because I did have to allocate for some expenses for the children. Let me share with you now that I have that number in. And so now it says I have $2,547.92 that I have to budget for. And remember, Dave is real big on the zero-based budget. Give every dollar a name so that it knows what its work is, its job is for the month. So I went ahead and I did my mortgage. Well, let me show you. So I'll go here and take you to week 1. And on week 1, okay, you can see all of my expenses here. Let me go back up. You can see all of my expenses for the week. And then this sheet is broken down into Sunday through Saturday. So you'll see on Monday of this week, I actually paid my mortgage at $910. I paid the utility bill at $197.13. And I paid the water bill at $87.19. Then I went down and I paid the internet at $70.99. Going down for the rest of Monday, I also went ahead and paid Taekwondo at $325. Now remember, for Taekwondo, if you've been following me, I pay Taekwondo up front out of my funds, and then when child support comes in, I will take whatever monies up to $325 that I need for my personal, whatever Shakima needs or the household needs or the kids need. I mean, we all just roll it back into whatever we need for the home. So I went ahead and paid the $325 for Taekwondo. Moving down, we did not have any other expenses on Monday, with the exception of nothing. So that was it. So on Monday, I had $1,590.31. That was all the monies that we spent on a Monday. That was July 1st. Going back up to July 2nd, which is Tuesday, what we had here was lawn care. My lawn guy came over and cut my grass. I actually had to write a check this time because I had not gotten to the bank yet to do my envelopes. So I wrote him a check for $30. But then I went to the bank on Wednesday the 3rd and got out the other $30 in cash for the lawn guy. Now, he has not gotten paid for the second cut, but I did get the cash out. So I went ahead and allocated that I got the cash. Here for Taekwondo on Thursday, I am taking out $105 for the kids. They have a couple of expenses coming up with Taekwondo. They have a parents' night out, which is a night they go and hang out with their friends at the dojang. It's supposed to be so the parents can have an enjoyable evening without the children, but I will be here with Beauty. But the kids enjoy going, and when their dad sends money, I just like for them to be able to have an enjoyable time. So it's $25 for Alana, and Jackson gets to go free because he's a part of the junior instructor program. Alana is applying to the junior instructor program. She has not done that yet because of all of the changes that we have had within the last couple months with my mom. So I still have to pay $25 for her, and Jackson goes for free. Next week on the 13th, they're going to have a bow and sword workshop with a really neat guy. His name is Zeke. He is a really great martial artist. He does a lot of extreme martial arts, and it's $40 per kid to attend. So that's another $80 that I have to allocate for both of them to go. They both have to pay because he's a special guest coming in. So for their extra taekwondo, it's going to cost me $105. And so I just went ahead and allocated because I'm going to give cash. I don't want to write a check. I'll just give cash for that. For this first week, it's $430 for taekwondo altogether. And there is a total sheet right there where you can see. Moving down further. Okay, so for groceries, I had originally allocated $158. What I did was I took out $100 in cash from the $1,965, and then when when the June payment came through for child support, I just took $74 from that June payment to be able to pay for the extra groceries that I needed. So I still have the $100 that I'm going to divide between the next couple weeks. And then when he sends if he sends anything additional, then I will have money for the fourth week. So the $74 I use for my groceries this week, and then I still have $100 in cash that I'm going to use for the next couple of weeks for groceries. Now, moving down here, we did have a couple of personal expenses. So miscellaneous for the kids. Okay, let me take that out. I put that in the wrong place, because I already allocated for that up top in the 105. So I put that in the wrong place because I wanted to make sure I put it under taekwondo. For the house, I had exterminator come out. He comes out every 3 months. So I needed to pay for the exterminator fee, which is $75. Then I got $40 in cash out for ma'am for her food. And I'll keep that in my envelope. I haven't stuffed my envelopes, and I'll have do that during this video as well. Then for tithe and offering, because I got 2 payments. This was a June payment. That first payment was June, so I did $22 in tithe. And then for the payment that came in today, I did $22 in tithe there. And so that is a total of $44. Now, there's something I did forget to put on here for tomorrow. For repairs, I have to have my serpentine belt changed, and the guy quoted me $100 plus tax, so he said around $120. So I'm going to go ahead and allocate $120 for that. I will use my debit card to pay for that, no problem. And so now I'll take us back to the personal budget sheet. Now, as you fill in the weekly, it begins to populate for you on the personal at a glance sheet. So everything that I have put in so far, I had allocated $325 for taekwondo. I spent $420. My Health Wage Gym has not come out yet. Here, my groceries, I had allocated $158.69, but I took out $174 because, again, I got additional deposit from June that didn't populate till July 1st. Miscellaneous, I paid for the exterminator. We got Gracie's food money. Haven't done any gas yet. I may have to do gas today. I'm going to get my serpentine belt changed at $120. That may change if I got the few little extra change cents off. I'll fix it. And then $44 for the tithe and offering. And so that leaves me with $339.61. But there were some things that I still needed to allocate for. And I wrote down some things that I had to have done. So for July, here were some extra payments that I needed to do. The exterminator, I have to do my P.O. box, my belt, I need tires, my graduation fee is $100, and then a doctor's appointment. For the kids, they get their annual appointment is $20. So I have to make some choices on what I'm going to buy or what I'm going to need, and what I can take this additional $339 and do. So let me go down here and tell you what I'm going to use this money for. Okay, so I brought my notebook over that I spent some time just writing out some stuff that I needed to make sure that I wrote down. So for today, I need to take out the $80 for the workshop. I need to take out the $25 for the workshop. And I need to take out, so that's $125 that I need to get out of the bank. 105, let me count right. 105. And that left $80 more. So I was gonna take out $200 is what I need to take out of the bank, because I'm gonna pay for their taekwondo at 105. That'll leave me $95 left. And what I needed to do, I've got to pick up, Jackson needs some undies, Alana needs some undie things. And then there were a couple things that we did not get at the grocery store that I would like to go back and pick up. We need Ziploc bags, foil, parchment paper, just some of the other essential things. And today is July 4th, so we're going to a party and we have to bring a dessert, a side, and a drink. So I wanted to pick up some stuff for that. And then the few things that we did not get on our list, like Worcestershire sauce, minced garlic, some breakfast patty sausages, because the kids like that quite a lot. Blueberries. We didn't get any fruit this week in our grocery haul. In our big grocery haul, we didn't get any fruit. So I wanted to pick up those types of items. With that being said, I know that I have to figure out somewhere here on my budget sheet to write that in. I think that might be why I had that miscellaneous $80. That's what it was for. So I already had their 105 written down in the Taekwondo category. That other 105, I should have just put it in as miscellaneous house, or 80. That other 80 will go in this miscellaneous house. I couldn't remember why. The one thing about this sheet is sometimes I like to take notes. Like I wish at the bottom I was able to take some notes down here. Maybe I am. Let's see. I am. So at the bottom of this of this budget sheet, it looks like I can type underneath the actual sheet itself. Underneath, I want to write in, like today is 7/4/19. I just want to tell myself, took out 105 and 84, and then I can tell myself what for Taekwondo and miscellaneous. So if I needed to know why I took out something, or when I paid a bill, or what my confirmation numbers are, y'all. So I want to be able to keep my confirmation numbers, and sometimes I have to end up writing them in on the sheet or on the back of the sheet if I print it out. But if I go right below the sheet and starting in row 62 below, I can now write in what it is. So if I want to say house payment, like it would say July 1st, house payment, and here's my confirmation number, I can just type that number in. Then if I don't print the sheet out, I can still go back and look at it and see that my numbers are all in there. So I'm finding out that I can do that right now, and that's lovely for me. So we still have about $259.61 in the account, but what has not come out so far, I haven't paid my cell phone bill at $92. I have not paid my Healthways at $25. And then I did not pay any of my gas at $120. So 92 and 120, that's kind of right there at like $200, $210, plus $25 is $235. And then I have $259. So if nothing else comes up and I just pay what is on the sheet that I still have to pay, that will leave me about $24 left in the account for the month. So if everything stays as it is, that's what I'm going to have for the end of the month. However, I still do have several summer expenses. Now, these are not things that have to be done at the moment. My P.O. box is not due until the 31st of July, so I have 3 more weeks to pay that. It's $40. Tires, I do need to get tires for my car before I go back to work in August. So I'm going back to work about mid-August, the 15th-ish, somewhere around in there. So I need tires before then because I do a lot of traveling. One thing I'm doing that's really huge for me is I'm going to my big work trip, but I'm driving a county car. So I'm not putting miles on my car, and I'm making sure that tires should be good on the county car. We'll check it out, take it to the garage if I need to, before I get on the road to make sure that I'm squared away. So that has been very helpful for me. I don't have to put gas in it. We have a gas tank. We just drive the car up there. We fill it in. We, sign it out at the county office. And then when we take it back, if the garage is open, we will fill up the tank again, park it, get our car, and go home. That has worked out for the last 2 big business trips I've had to go on, and it has been fabulous. I think maybe 2 or 3. I can't remember. 3 business trips. We had to go to a workshop training. I went to another workshop, and then we went to a 3rd workshop. So it has worked out great for me. I wish I had thought about it in the past years. I could have saved a lot of miles on my vehicle. But you live and learn, and you do better then. And my graduation fees, I've paid the first payment already, so it was $200 graduation fee. The next thing I need to pay is the last $100, and we have until August 15th to pay for that. We graduate in September, so I have plenty of time. So what I did was, or I felt like was helpful, I just went ahead and wrote it down. I'm a visual person, and if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget. But actually, if I'm thinking about it, I'm looking on my sheet here, I could actually type it in. Like I said, if I wanted to make notes for myself on this budget sheet, all I had to do now was type it in, and I'll just say, okay, still need to be paid. And I would list post office box, $40, tires, $250, graduation deposit. The kids have their well checks are always in the summertime, so they're going to the doctor next week. And I'll need a $10 copay for each of them. So of course that would be the extra $24 that Dad sent. Or I can take it off of my benefits card, and that will give us a $20 buffer in our budget. I never want to be so tight that I can't have any flexibility in the budget. But I definitely need to make sure that I'm paying exactly what needs to be paid, not overspend my budget. I know a lot of people talk about, I couldn't do the once a month, or I wish I could do it better. We do the best we can. We honestly do the best we can. I know some people will say, well, why do you spend your kids' child support? The child support, as I understand it, is for the support of the child. Now, if I don't have tires to take them back and forward to Taekwondo, they won't get there. If I don't get my belt changed and something happens while we're out on the road, then I'm in a situation. Normally, I pay for those expenses up front out of my own money, and then I don't have to worry about it. However, if I were to show you a copy of a pay stub that I have, on it, it says health insurance, family, eyes, family, or mom, or, parent and dependent. My kids are on all of my stuff. All of my children. My daughter has aged out. Finally, my oldest, she's 29, so she aged out at 26. But my 23-year-old is still on there. He has insurance through me, but he also has insurance through his work. He never uses anything of mine, but it didn't cost me any more to leave him on there. It didn't give me any money back to take him off. So he'll stay on there till he's 26. And then their eyes, their teeth, their life insurance is all paid through my paycheck. It comes out of my check before I ever see it. So if I wanted to recoup some of those expenses, if say Dad and I were going to split those expenses, it would probably be upwards of $400, $450 on his side versus what's on my side. So we do what we have to do. I'm thankful that he sends the finances, and then we disperse them as we see fit. So already for Taekwondo, we're close to $500. At least we're close to $450 right now, and we've only got the first bit of the month. The kids also have camp this month. They're going to Taekwondo camp. Fortunately for us, we have already paid for camp. They were supposed to go to camp in June, but Alana got sick, and so I didn't want her jostling around and doing all of the things, and we weren't sure what exactly was wrong with her stomach. So we kept them out of camp. We had a lot of appointments camp week, and so I told the dojang person, I said, I don't want to pay this much, and then the kids are missing 3 days because they have appointments. So he said, no problem, Miss Wilson. Why don't you just, we can take them in July. So their camp is paid, but they have to have lunches every day because it's bring your own lunch. So I'll have to be putting more expenses here. Also, it's summer. So with my kids being home for the summer, and with me being home for the summer, and Beauty's here, there's more that's being consumed, more food. They want this and they want that, where I would pack a lunch, maybe pack a lunch, They're home, they're leisurely, they need a snack, and they want a mom, where's the drinks, and all of the things. So more expenses in the summer. Of course, I'm at home, and just those types of things. So budgets are flexible, and we have to move with them as they move with us. Sometimes I have to shift monies around until I can. That's why I never pay my cell phone bill until the day it's due. Every other bill I pay on the first of the month. But I know that $100 that I pay for my cell phone, if I need to shift some things, that I can always recoup that money once a child support payment comes in, because I've already paid up front for the taekwondo. So I know I'm going to be able to have money for my cell phone. And if the child support doesn't come in, I simply pick up the phone and call my son, and I say, hey, will you take care of the total cell phone bill, and mom will get you back. Never have had a problem with him doing that, and he has been lovely to me. And we just work it out. You work it out as best you can. I used to feel really bad about, like, oh my God, I don't want to lie, and I don't want to not share the truth. This is my budget, and I'm doing the very best I can to meet all of the needs of the people in this house. And that means I get to make the choice. I get to make the decision, and then I have to live with the consequences of those choices and decisions. So I have to be okay with that. And so I want to release everybody who's doing their budget. Be okay with that. You get to make the choices. Make wise choices for your family. That is a 100% thing you have to do. The other day, it was so hot in here. I mean, we got the air going, pumping. The air is pumping. But the temperature in the house kept rising. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Something's wrong with the air conditioner. And I really was thinking, oh Lord, how... The first thought was, when I was in an apartment, you just call maintenance and they come out and fix it. You're in a house now. You're the maintenance. And I was like, but I don't have enough money if something goes wrong. And it immediately clicked in my mind, but you have an emergency fund. Whatever it is, you at least have an emergency fund that you can dip into for an immediate need. And then if you need to do something different after that, you can always make an adjustment. And I was like, praise the Lord. It just clicked with me. If you haven't begun saving that emergency fund, do it. Do it now, because it'll give you peace of mind. Especially my single moms out there, my single dads. If you're a single dad, it's not just for single moms, single parents. I know the stress of not being able to take care of it all, or the stress of trying to figure out how it's all going to work. I get it. I understand. But what I'm saying is, be proactive. Save $10 here, $20 there, whatever you can. Also, for people like me who find themselves in situations in the summer where I don't always have guaranteed money, start taking an extra $20 and getting a gift card and putting it to the side, so that when your harder months come, you have a little something. And even if you have enough pantry staples and freezer staples, you may need milk and bread and cheese and all the things that don't last a long time. So a gift card here or a gift card there. If you get birthday money, just take a little something to the side and just, keep a little file of what you have and all your receipts, or however you want to record it. And then you have some sense or semblance of financial security. One of the things that will kill us is not feeling secure in our finances, because then we're stressed, and stress leads to blood pressure, and blood pressure can lead to a stroke. We don't want to do any of that. We want to begin to take hand our finances. And if you're not there today, no problem. Just start somewhere. Start watching his daughter, Rachel Cruz, and then Dave Ramsey, and any Dave Ramseyers that you know out there that you admire, that you can try to follow some semblance of their plan. When I first started watching the former Mrs. Jones, she was doing Dave Ramsey. Now, she's already done her debt-free scheme. She's had twins since. They bought a new home. And now she just does a lot of what's for dinners and grocery hauls. But when I first started watching her, she was all about the debt. She was filling out her envelopes and all those types of things, and making sure it was all on point. So I watch her now because I watched her then. So I follow a lot of tubers out there. Kelly from Freedom in a Budget's another one who I always watch. There's a lot of people out there that are doing what you want to do, and sometimes you have to follow their lead until you can get there yourself. If you have any questions about budgeting, just drop us a comment down below. We'll do the best we can to help you, or send me an email. We'll do the best we can to help. But again, remember, your budget is your budget. Don't feel bad about it. I remember watching a show, and one of the lines in the show, this guy was feeling so horrible about a decision he had made, and she said, you let somebody make you ashamed of who you are. and he broke down and he wept. And I know sometimes I have felt like I've had to budget according to how other people thought I should. And I can't live like that. That's pressure, that's undue pressure and stress that I'm not going to live under for you or anybody. If I don't budget right the way you think I should, watch somebody else. They probably do it better than me. I'm doing the best I can with what I have and what God has given me. And I want to be a good steward over it. I promise you, if you work it, it will work. So anywho, I'm now going to share with you my envelopes because I'm going to stuff those. Just go ahead and get all in one because I haven't done a separate video for that. But I'm going to share with you the cash that I have and how I'm going to stuff those envelopes. Okay, you guys, before it gets ready to majorly storm here, I wanted to go ahead and stuff my cash envelopes. So I did have several categories that were cash, and I paid for cash when I went to Walmart, but I ran over a little bit in Walmart. So one of my categories is not going to get stuffed, and I'll make up for that. I'm actually going to take a little bit out of my gas fund to help that since I'm not driving much in the summer anyway. So I have groceries here, I have my lawn care, and then I have for the kids taekwondo stuff. So I want to make sure that I put in $30 for my lawn guy. The kids get $105. So let me see. Okay, that's for their workshop and Alana's parent night out. And then the next couple weeks I have are for groceries. So let me see where I'm going with this one. I'm just going to equally distribute up what I have. And then I'll have to add some. Definitely for sure. I'll have to add some. Because I only had $100 to go between the 3 weeks. So let's see. That's $25 on each. Okay, that's $25 for each of those. And then with what's left, we'll just do this and figure it out. And then, of course, I can always add to if I get another kid's deposit. And if I don't, then we have plenty of food and we will live our best life. Because I had $100. So divide that by 3, that's going to end up being about $33 and some change. So that's 25, 6, 7, 28, $29 for each of these 3 weeks for groceries. And I'll add more to that as the weeks go along if I need some. And I have a $16 gift card from Walmart, so that'll add to next week. So that'll be 29 and 16 is like 45. So that's just basic staples that I'll get. So I'll be good on that. And then as the weeks progress, I will add a little bit here or there. And then the one category that I don't have here is Gracie for her food. But like I said, I'll take some from my gas since I'm not driving as much. And this past week, when I went to South Carolina for a church event, my dad actually put gas in my car for me to come home. So I didn't have to put gas in my car this week at all yet. So we're getting ready to go into next week. And I'll probably put gas for the first time in the month of July. The second full week of July is the first time I'll actually put gas in my car. So just to recap again, these are my envelopes. And I still have a little, I'm not as much as I would like in each one. But that's fine. We have meat because I got some great meat deals for my grocery haul. And so all I would need are my basic keto staples. Heavy cream, cheese, few things. $29 in each of these categories. I have $30 for my lawn guy. And then $105 for the kids taekwondo events that are coming up within the next week or in the next week. So there it is. This week's budget update plus stuffing of the cash envelopes. We do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye now. You guys, I had to add this part in, and I know some people will not believe this. I was going to stuff my $29 into this envelope, and it was sticking. So I looked inside the envelope and try to figure out why is it sticking. there was a $20 bill left in that envelope. So there must have been one week when I didn't use all the grocery money, or I just thought I didn't have enough and I just used whatever I had. But look at how, see, one of the things that is so crucial for me to explain to people is you can't tell me that God don't care about me. I'm running short on a grocery week. I'm running short this month because I only had $100 for groceries, right? And I'm stuffing in my envelopes and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to try to add to whenever I can. And God just gave me $20 extra. I don't even know how many weeks I have gone with this stuffed in there, because sometimes the envelopes don't act right. And I just shove the money in and keep on moving. The reason why I ran up a little short was because I went to a church service. I went to 2 church services and I gave an offering at both of those services. And I knew I had $150 for groceries, but I gave $25 and $25 at both of those services. And I was like, well, Lord, I'm not going to worry about it. You're going to take care of me. And look at that. I mean, this is so honest. I actually started the video again, and I'm adding this on to the back of it because I think it's so key how God cares about me. So now I have another $6 that I can divide and put to each week. And that's just amazing. That's the Lord. So y'all, if you don't believe in the Lord and he takes care of his people, I am here to tell you I am a 100% witness about the things of God. If you take care of him and remember him in all the things that you do, God will take care of you. So I'm going to break up some more of this cash here and add $6 more to each of those envelopes. And that's going to take me to $35 for each week. And I'm grateful for that. I'm so thankful. And God he will add, because $35, and then I have a $16 gift card for next week. So that takes me to $50 for next week. And I've learned how to just get by on what I can. Find my deals and keep it moving. So anywho, just wanted to share that. That made me excited. I almost jumped off this chair and was like, oh my word. But anywho, just wanted you to see how God is faithful. So we'll see you next time. Bye now.